A bowl with a rainbow inside. It's almost too pretty to eat. This colorful ensemble of fresh cucumbers and juicy tomatoes. It's light, it's refreshing, and it's a recipe you'll want to have up your sleeve this summer. Becca Jackson is joining me in the Studio 5 kitchen to share the recipe for a spring Panzella salad. It's great to have you. You're bringing spring.
I know. I brought all the colors.
You see the colors, we get hungry, we get excited, all of the things. What is a Panzella salad?
Okay, so this kind of originated from when, you have your sourdough. I see everyone baking their sourdough everywhere.
Are you into that?
No, but I buy it.
Same.
Someday. I went through like a 6-month period where I was making sourdough.
You were into it.
But once it starts going stale and getting old, are we just throwing it away? What are we doing with it? So this salad is meant to, you're using that like bread that's getting stale. We chop it up, drizzle olive oil and salt, and you bake it for about 10 minutes. So it still has, so you're dehydrating it.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna drench it with all these veggies, and so you're gonna kind of rehydrate it with the oil and vinegar and fresh juices of the tomatoes. And so your bread is your base of your salad rather than a lettuce or something.
Yeah, so the bread, it's not a crouton crunch.
No, because you want it to soak, you want the oil and the vinegar to be soaked in the bread so all the flavor is within the bread and the veggies.
It becomes this melty, yummy.
It's delicious.
I almost said soupy, not in a bad way, but there's like a liquid to it. Yeah. How do we treat the bread then?
Okay, so we first cooked it, but chop it in, small 1 inch.
We first cooked it.
We cooked it.
Good place to start.
It's not dough.
Okay.
But as it's getting stale, we drench it in olive oil and salt and bake it at like 350 for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you want it's crunchy, but there's still like a little bit of softness in it. So it's not like a straight crouton. So then here, we can just dive on in. So you can, and also this is great for tomatoes that are getting a little soft, and you don't want to slice them in a tomato, slice them on a sandwich. You want the extra juice. Yeah. So we want the soft old tomatoes too. Yeah. So throw those in.
Now we have to go in order because we did red and orange.
Red, yellow, there we go.
Sorry,
orange,
it's my
yellow.
OCD, it's taking over. It's taking over.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so then we have all those fresh juices of the veggies. So we're gonna throw in a little fresh mozzarella too.
Oh, may I please?
Because it's my favorite. Yes. I find any excuse to kind of throw that in there. And we're just gonna add in a little bit of salt. And
I would eat half the salad before it made it into the bowl.
I know, I often do. So we're gonna take olive oil. So the thing with olive oil and any sort of vinegar and dressing is once you put it on, you can't take it off, right? So I start with like a 1 to 2 tablespoons, like a nice little drizzle. It's just gonna go all the way down, sink in there.
And I'm glad you said that because it's one of those things you have to say to yourself in the moment.
Yes,
like,
I know.
Don't get excited,
We don't need soupy salad, like you're saying. So here, you can like choose your own adventure. We wanna go balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, so kind of whatever you're feeling. But I kind of do a 2-to-1 ratio with like 2 tablespoons of olive oil and then maybe like 1 tablespoon of the vinegar.
There you go.
And so you'll kind of see the juices kind of come through.
And there's the bread. We're pulling from the bottom to the top.
So
what a
there
beautiful mix.
It's
Some
beautiful.
Salt and pepper and you're done?
And then, so salt and and basil. So we got to take your fresh basil here. We can just tear it up, put it in, and it's beautiful to put, little sprigs on top when you're serving it.
It's so funny, and I feel like I make this observation every year, and viewers are probably like, yeah, be quiet already. But it's so funny to me and interesting how our palates change. Like, this is what you crave. This is the kind of food you crave this time of year.
It's so true. We just need fresh. We want easy. I mean, we made that in just a few minutes. And it's one of those that as it sits for, 20, 30 minutes, it's gonna soak in those flavors. So you wanna make this like a minute ahead of time, because if it's super fresh thrown together, it's still gonna be kind of crunchy. We want the bread to not be soggy, but we want it to hold that flavor. Right. Like, look at this one. It's getting, it's delicious.
Becca, thank you so much. So we put it in the fridge while it kind of soaks.
Yep, that'll soak. And then we have a few other options. If you kind of want to make it your own, and you want to add some, this is arugula, or have more of like a lettuce base, or you can even add a protein. I would personally serve this with like a fresh grilled chicken breast. Like, have your grilled chicken, a side salad, but if you wanted to add some prosciutto or some red onion or even a little extra spice with the red pepper flakes. So
cheers to summer and Panzella salad, which I didn't know I was craving until today, but now I am.
And now once you see your old stale bread, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna actually use that. We're gonna slice it up, bake it.
Yes, always.
Throw it in with our veggies.
Becca, we adore you. Thank you so much. Where can we get more recipes like this?
If the Cookie Fits on Instagram.
If the Cookie Fits, you should be following her. If you aren't, give her a follow. We'll link you over from our recipe page. And thank you again.
Great, thank you.